What's up everybody, it's the Sports Code aka Aiden and welcome back to another video. This is the Manchester United versus Club Brugge second leg match preview, Old Trafford. It's a big game, one result away from determining whether we qualify further into the Europa League or where we get an early shocking elimination. And we've got to put it all on the line here. Now, there's many risks that could be taken that, in my opinion, just shouldn't be taken. We've got Everton after this, which is going to be a very interesting game as well, considering the past results we've had against them. And it's all kicking off. You know, this is a very busy part of the season. We're going to have games all the time, and it just all depends on whether Ollie decides to rest players or decides to risk playing them with potential injuries at stake. And for me, I think Europa League is a very, very strong avenue into the Champions League that we can get. I know there are teams that are better than us, but it's not very likely that we're going to verse every single team that are better than us. So we still have very good chances here, and I just don't see losing to Club Brugge and leaving the Europa League early as an option that anybody would be happy with. So I think we need to play very strong here. We need to play our strongest team. Not our strongest team, but we definitely need to play a strong team. Apparently Club Brugge have had a lot of injuries since the last match, and that's going to benefit us a lot. Injuries suck for any team, and I don't wish injury on anybody, but it is an advantage for us, and I think we just have to capitalize on that as well. Their captain is injured, and apparently one of their better players is injured as well up front, and we're just going to take this opportunity now, and maybe with the stronger team, that opportunity could be taken and then some. And positivity against Watford is only going to bring more and more positivity into this game, and if we could just play the right way, play the right players, then I'm sure we can comfortably get through this tie. Let's go into my predicted starting 11. So in goal I've got Sergio Romero. Last game he was at fault for the goal against Club Brugge, but maybe in this game it just depends on the situation he's in. He's a very good goalkeeper, and I will trust him for a very long time. I don't see him doing too many mistakes. He doesn't really make many mistakes, especially in cup competitions. So I'm going to back him to do well here, and hopefully he does. Going into the right back position, I've gone with Diogo Dalot. Now I love and rate Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but I just feel like he is a bit overused, and I just don't see the right back position being the most important position to have filled with the best players. I think Dalot can definitely do a job. I don't see Club Brugge attacking that much, which gives Dalot, who is a much better forward player, a chance to go and attack Club Brugge from the wings. And in my opinion, it's a tactical change. It's not really a change that needs to happen. If Wan-Bissaka plays, I'm sure no one will complain, but just potential risk factor of injuries and stuff kind of makes me think that Dalot should definitely get another chance to prove himself, and that's what I'm going to go with. At the centre back position, I've gone with Eric Bailly. He just came back and he had a fantastic performance against Chelsea, but since then he hasn't been given an opportunity really. I don't see Eric Bailly staying at this club if he doesn't get more opportunities to succeed at Manchester United, because after one good performance, and it was a fantastic performance, one of the best players on the pitch against Chelsea, he doesn't get another opportunity, especially in a game like this where he could thrive. I just don't see it in my eyes. I really believe that we have to go with Eric Bailly and let him get some game time under his belt, and we can have some proper competition at centre back. Even when Twanzebe comes back, we're going to have great competition at the centre back position, and that's what we all want to see, because our centre backs right now, that partnership with Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof, it's not the thing we've expected, and maybe we need to try out some new partnerships, and that's the way to do it. Speaking of Harry Maguire, I've gone with Harry Maguire. I don't see Harry Maguire ever resting, ever. I don't know why Ollie doesn't want to rest Harry Maguire. He's a very important player and he's our captain, but I definitely think the guy needs a break. But I don't think today's the game where Harry Maguire gets his break. And hey, look, if Harry Maguire is making himself available for every game, this is what you have to expect. He's going to be playing every game. He's definitely he's definitely the most important centre back to us. He brings a lot, especially offensively as well. But I think just a break is needed. Maybe the Derby County game would be his time to have a bit of a rest, but we'll see how that goes. Now, there's a lot of debate on whether we're going to be playing a 4-2-3-1 or a 3-5-2 in this game. And with Luke Shaw being in the press conference, I definitely see him being definitely involved in the game in a starting position. But which position, I have no idea. And I hope I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1 just because I feel like we need to attack Club Brugge at their weakest point. And but for 3-5-2 makes me believe Luke Shaw's going to play. So I'm just going to assume that Luke Shaw's going to be playing left back here, but despite playing against Watford. Now the only reason I would say Luke Shaw is probably going to get that starting position over Brandon Williams is because he had probably his best game I've ever seen of him as a left back against Watford. He's in the form of his life. He's even said that he probably is in the form of his life, and maybe that's why he plays over Brandon Williams at the moment. I feel sorry for Brandon Williams if that's the case, but I definitely think we go strong here, and if Luke Shaw is that strong option at the moment, then that's what we got to go with. Brandon Williams will always get an opportunity. He'll probably play against Everton, so we just we've got to be very strong in what we believe here, and if Luke Shaw is that guy and Ollie picks Luke Shaw, then we've got to trust him and hope that it works out for the best. Going into the CDMs, I'm going to first start off with Fred. Now, this is one that's also been debated whether Fred should play because he plays all the time. I think if we definitely saw a difference when Fred came on against Club Brugge within that 15 minutes that he was on, and it was a real big difference maker. And I think if we start Fred and maybe get him a few minutes off the bench, substituting him off, that's the ideal situation for me. I think if we start Fred, we're going to have a lot more opportunities to put Club Brugge away early than we do when he comes off the bench. And so I definitely see Fred starting. A lot of people want Fred to have a break, but I just think it's not ideal to give Fred a break at this time. Maybe against Derby County he gets his break. Maybe he doesn't need a break. Who knows? But I definitely think starting in this game, we got to give as much as we can to this game, and all the players that are available, we got to let them play. So Fred definitely, in my eyes, needs to play. I also want to give Scott McTominay some game time as well. So I'm going to start Scott McTominay here. A lot of people would say Matic, he's done nothing wrong, and if he starts, I don't think anyone would be upset with that. But I just feel like Scott McTominay was in tremendous form before he got injured, and he's returned to a very good performance against Watford despite the lack of minutes that he got. So I could definitely see this either going two ways. The same thing, he's going to come off the bench for Matic, and he'll perform with 20 minutes or so on, or he's going to get a solid 60 minutes starting, and then Matic might come on. Or if we're in a attack, if we're down and we need an attacker, maybe the likes of Mason Greenwood or a Chong would come on, or a Mata or anybody. But McTominay needs game time, and I definitely see him being involved. But hopefully, starting is where he should be. Going into the cam position, Bruno Fernandes, in my opinion, has to start. By far the man of the match against Watford. He got an assist and a goal. He created the penalty. He got the pass off to Martial's goal, even though it doesn't count as an assist. Bruno Fernandes has played spectacularly since he's come, and people can laugh, all the Arsenal fans can laugh, but I think we got a real good one here, and he's showing it. And I think if we play him more, he'll become better and better. He's adapted to us very well, but just imagine what he can do with more time under his belt, more game time under his belt with our players. It's only going to get better from here, and that's what makes it so positive. But give him the game time, and let's see what he could do. It's an important game. He's an important player. Let's play him. Into the attacking three. I've gone with the same attacking three we went for Watford just because it worked out extremely well. I went for Dan James on the left. Obviously his natural position. He plays so well and he's extremely confident in that position. And I don't see If he's confident there, play him there. Rashford's not playing, so why not play Dan James there? I'll go with Martial up front. Martial, fantastic form, 3-3. He started last game. He's going to start this game. I really believe that. I don't see anybody else taking his spot at number 9 at the moment. And Mason Greenwood on the right. He also had a very good game. He's a very clinical finisher. All it takes is one opportunity, and he could send us through. So Mason Greenwood, I think, is a must more than anybody. But yeah, Martial and Greenwood together with Dan James, it's a fast attacking starting three, and I think he could do wonders. Now the score prediction, in my eyes, I see this being a 3-1 victory to Manchester United. I don't see us keeping a clean sheet. I definitely think a mistake can happen, but I definitely see us winning this comfortably due to the injuries of Club Brugge. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Hopefully we're going to be in this competition until the end, but definitely qualifying in this round. Hopefully, in my opinion, it's a must. We definitely need to qualify. And 3-1. I hope Ollie goes attacking. I hope there's no 3-5-2 involved in this game. I hope that one of them holding midfielders will push up. I hope Bruno is able to make an impact. There's so many hopes and wishes that I could say about Manchester United, but the positivity is what is giving me hope at the moment, because that Watford game, we look such a different team compared to how we usually do, and that's mainly for Bruno, but it's also from actually making runs that Bruno can pass to, because the movement, in my opinion, as well, has changed dramatically since Bruno has come in, and I think that's down to him telling people where to go, but it's also down to the players willing to make the runs in hope that they're going to get the ball, and that's something that they haven't been doing for a while with the likes of Andreas and Jesse Lingard playing. The runs that are being made that haven't been achieved, it demotivates players to make runs, because there's no point if they're not going to get the ball, and I definitely see that big attacking change as well. Anyway, that's the match preview. Probably the next video will be the match reaction for Manchester United and Club Brugge, and then there's also a crown jewel into pay-per-view that I have to watch and give my reactions on. Hopefully, it's a biggest regret not doing the NXT one, because that was amazing. But yeah, Manchester United are in incredible form. This is the Sports Code. Take care and peace.